everyone, Kaylee, your friendly neighborhood hairstylist here, and today I am doing a video on ways to wear scarves in your hair, which might be a little late considering it's July, but we're doing it anyway. The scarf trend has been so huge this summer and I love it. I love anytime I get a chance to play with a new element in hair. And the best thing about it is that it can be so easy. You don't need tons of skill, you don't need special things, you just need a scarf and hair and you can do these hairstyles. So I am excited to show you how to do them. Let's get into it.
We're gonna start off with this low bun and scarf headband hairstyle.
So first things first, we're gonna make two low ponytails, kind of like, I mean, they're basically pigtails when you make two ponytails, but they're gonna be really close to each other. Now we're gonna braid each ponytail all the way down, secure it with an elastic, and pull it apart for some volume. So basically your normal Kaylee 3-step. So now that you have your two braids, we're going to wrap them into basically two buns, but you want them to be so close together that it looks like one big bun. So I like to do that by keeping them both a little bit loose, and then at the very end, kind of pinning some little pieces over and into the other side so that everything kind of looks cohesive and like one big braided bun. I'm going with the wire scarf, but you could do this with any scarf, even a headband if you wanted to, but I am going to show you a new way that you can wrap a wire scarf if you have one. And I'm just going to take the middle of the scarf around the back underneath the bun and bring the ends up to the front, making sure not to like squash the bun back here. And then up here at the top, leave yourself about an inch of room and lightly twist the ends around each other to hold your spot. Take it back off. Now you want to wrap each end around the base of the headband, like so. You should just be able to put it back on. Haha! It is important to leave yourself that extra little bit of room or else it will be too tight to put back on. I have done that before on accident. And that's it! I do have to say this one is particularly summery, but I do love it and it's great for third day hair. Like you have the texturized ends, the oily roots, cover the roots with the headband, and use that texture to your advantage to make a great braided bun. Like, you're ready to go. So I love a scarf braided into a hairstyle. I think it's one of the most pretty things ever. So I'm gonna start out with this little bandana style scarf from Anthropologie, and I'm going to fold it into a triangle and set it off to the side so that I can braid it in a second. First thing I'm gonna do is take a section of hair for the crown of my head and put it into an elastic, and we're gonna be wrapping the scarf around that section. So I just want it to already be separated so I don't have to juggle the hair and the scarf, because that just becomes a lot. Okay, so from this point, I'm taking my little folded scarf and I'm going to put it around the elastic in the back. You can split the scarf 50-50 if you want, but if you need it to be a little longer, you can kind of cheat. So one side is longer than the other, and that way it will reach the end of your hair. But for my length of hair, 50-50 totally works. And once you've done that, you're gonna split the rest of your hair in two, and those are the three sections of your braid, and you're going to braid down normally. And as you're braiding, you wanna make sure that you keep the scarf loose. If you keep the scarf tight, it's gonna be like a straight line and the rest of your hair is gonna kind of zigzag around it. Make sure that you keep everything loose as you're braiding, secure it with an elastic at the end, and then if you need, you can pull it apart and it will look great. And last step, I just wanna wrap, I think, one of these tails around the elastic. Just one, and then I have just enough left to tie it in just a little half knot. There we go. Cute!
And that's how to braid a scarf into your hair. It's so much easier than I thought it would be, and it's a great way to like utilize that scarf that's been hanging out in the bottom of your drawer somewhere.
For our next hairstyle, I wanted to show you this one that I posted on my Instagram. A lot of you were requesting a tutorial for it, so let's get into it. The first thing you're gonna do is make a little mohawk on top of your head, and that's gonna be the base for our Dutch braid. And I do recommend using some sectioning clips around it to keep the hair that you don't want in the mohawk out of the braid. And I am using these cute little rose gold clips from Kitsch because gosh, how cute are they? Now we're just gonna Dutch braid the hair in that mohawk section, starting with that little bit of hair up at the front and Dutch braiding back until you reach just about where you want your chignon to sit when you're done. And then just braid the rest of the hair normally and secure it with an elastic. And of course, if you want, you can pull the braid apart for some extra volume. Now that the braid is done, you're gonna pull the rest of the hair laying down into a half up, half down hairstyle, incorporating as much or as little hair as you want. And then once you have all that hair together, you're just going to loop it and then put an elastic around that loop to hold it in place. And now it's time for the scarf. For this one, I'm using a bandana style scarf. I think I got this one from Urban Outfitters, but obviously any bandana or scarf will work for this. And I have it all rolled up so that it's, you know, kind of a skinnier style scarf for this, and I'm just gonna tie it around the base of the chignon. And there you go. I love it because it combines a lot of my favorite things like warrior braids and chignons and scarves. I just love it. You could also wear it without the scarf if you're so inclined, but I just love all of it together. And finally, I have my go-to pool hairstyle, primarily for when I'm not gonna actually like submerge my head and like go swimming, but you know, when you're laying out and then you wanna be able to go in the water to cool off, that kind of hairstyle. And for this, I'm using a long, thin scarf, but this is also an ideal hairstyle for wire scarves if you have one. First things first, all your hair goes into a tight ponytail on top of your head. And at this point, you can use your hairspray or gel of choice if you want it to be super slick. I'm just gonna use a little bit. This is my Kristin Ess Shine Pomade and Edge Control pomade because I love it. I think it's beautiful. And it's perfect for this. But obviously this is not a step that you want to do if you want to be able to take down your hair and wear it down later because it's gel. But if you're dealing with Monica Geller hair and the humidity, this can be a really good option. And then if you're not actually going to get your hair in the water, you can fill in the hairline a little bit if you want to. You guys know that that's something I like to do. And now for the scarf, which does not go with my top at all, but just like, okay. Same thing as we did before, you're gonna wrap it around the elastic, then split the hair in two, and those are the 3 sections we're gonna braid with. And I'm just gonna secure it with an elastic. Then we wrap it into a bun. I'm gonna make it a little bit awkwardly shaped, so I like to hold the first little part up like it's a genie ponytail, and then wrap everything around, and it makes it kind of like a taller egg-shaped bun. For this, I'm using jumbo bobby pins, also known as roller pins, because they're bigger so they can kind of incorporate the scarf more easily, but also you don't need as many of them. And I like things that make my life easier, so that's what I'm using. And that's it. So there you go. It's a cute little summer top knot to get your hair up and out of the way, but still looking cute. Like I said, great for the pool, great for wrangling stubborn hair, just great. And if you're not as much a fan of the awkward bun shape, you could always make it a more normal bun shape. I've just really been into awkward buns lately, so. And that is it for our scarf hairstyles. I love them. I hope you do too. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you have any ideas or things that you would like me to do in future videos, leave it in the comments below because I am brainstorming and I definitely need your help and your ideas. Of course, if you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you can join the Braidaholic family here on Kaylee Melissa. And that is it for today. I'll see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye. Bandana style scarf that is just all over the place. You can fill in the hairline a little bit if you want to. And it is kind of like a take her swimming on the first date kind of move, isn't it? I'm so itchy on my face. What is happening with the world?